the Blue Jays drop yet another ball game. But this time it's a little bit of a different fashion. Well, I guess technically they blew a lead, but it was your starting pitcher. Look, you can't blame Stripling at all. He was fantastic. I agree with Charlie's move for putting him out there in the 7th inning. And it does not pay dividends. He went up against Gerrit Cole and did the best that he could. He was great all night long, was Ross Stripling. Just a 92-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle to Gary Sanchez. Probably not the greatest choice for that pitch there in the top half of the 7th. But let's break this game down right from the start and right out of the gate. An error in the first inning from Joe Panik. Then a 3-0 count and a single to Aaron Judge. Then a walk and the bases loaded, nobody out for the New York Yankees. But all they can get is a sacrifice fly from Giancarlo Stanton. DJ LeMahieu comes in to score. And it's a 1-0 Yankee lead. In the next half inning, the leadoff man, Marcus Semien, he ties the game at 1 apiece. All right. We're right back in this ball game. Then in the bottom of the 5th inning, a hanging curveball from Gerrit Cole. Kevin Biggio crushes it to left center field, and it's gone. And the Blue Jays have a 2-1 lead. All right, good stuff. You're back out in front. Stripling's pitching well. It doesn't matter what the bullpen does. You can't really worry about that right now. You got the 2-1 lead. And you go to the top of the 7th inning, and Miguel Andujar gets on base to start off the inning. But then I think Stripling gets the next guy. I think it was Odor to strike out looking. And then Gary Sanchez comes in to pinch hit for Higashioka, and he absolutely clobbers a 2-run shot, giving the Yankees the 3-2 lead. So it was your starter who allowed the big 2-run bomb today. Your offense wasn't very good, as you'd expect against Gerrit Cole. And the Blue Jays have an opportunity late against Aroldis Chapman. They have runners at 2nd and 3rd. With nobody out, with Vladdy and Teoscar getting on, you got Randall Grichuk up, and he strikes out. Then they pinch hit Santiago Espinal. For Joe Panik, I understand the righty-lefty, but you really don't have a righty bat off the bench that's prolific, so you got to try and just use Espinal. And he grounds it back to Chapman, who throws it home because they think Vladdy's going to break. But the problem is Vladdy gets caught in between, and Sanchez throws him out at 3rd. Was it close? Yes. Was he out? Sure, you could say that. Whether it was inconclusive, whatever the case, the call in the field was he was out. They review it. It's upheld. It's still out. And now you have runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 away. For Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and it's a line drive to center field, but right at Brett Gardner and the ball game. So, the story of this ball game was not the Blue Jays bullpen allowing runs. And it was your starter allowing some big 2-run shot. You can't blame Stripling for the loss, but that was a deciding factor in the game, and you couldn't get to the clutch knock late in the game. If it's not one thing, it's something else with this Blue Jays team. And Charlie Montoyo in his post-game yesterday basically said, hey, I'm just working with what I got. Like, he's trying to do everything, mixing and matching, doing everything he can to find some sort of a combination that works coming out of the pen. And I don't know if that was kind of a hint, nudge to Mark Chappelle and Ross Atkins to get him some help. But my goodness, and you see Carl Edwards Jr. hit the IL today and bringing up Patrick Murphy. We mentioned him in yesterday's video. He gets a call today, and he pitches in today's ball game. We'll get to him shortly. But bottom line, the Jays lose this series. They've now lost 3 straight games, not in pretty fashion at all. And they're .500 at 33-33. I think the story of this team is, and I understand it wasn't the problem today, but it's the lack of bullpen. And you're looking at all the great teams in the American League. You have the Houston Astros. The Red Sox just can hit against basically anybody. The Yankees, you don't expect them to continue to hover the way they are right now. And the Rays are legit. The Jays' odds of making the playoffs are very difficult. And with the bullpen that they have right now, and they're losing against big teams in tough situations. We saw this with the Toronto Raptors all year long with them, that every time they got into a tight ball game, they had something go wrong, whether it was not getting a clutch shot, whether it was blowing a lead in the 4th quarter. Whatever the case, they found a way to make it heartbreaking every single time. They couldn't just lose a game by 4. The Jays couldn't just lose a 4-1 ball game. No, they got to lose a 3-2 game where you have the guys at second and third, nobody out in the ninth, and you can't bring one across. It's sad, man. The team only had 6 hits today. Teoscar Hernandez went 2 for 4 in the game, including one of the hits in the 9th inning. Vladdy had one of those hits in the 9th inning. Simeon had the solo bomb. You didn't get much offense at all today. Garrett Cole was pretty good all night long. I think he went 8 strong anyways. He was fantastic. And look, the pitching staff wasn't bad. You allowed 3 runs. Stripling went 6 2/3, allowed 3 hits. Obviously 2 of those hits were in the 7th inning. And he allowed 3 runs and struck out 9 and walked 2. Both walks didn't come around to hurt him. Or no, sorry. Technically the stand sack fly, one of those walks helped bring guys around, so that 1 run scored. So I guess technically 1 did make an impact. But Stripling was fine. He was good today. He wasn't the problem. Rafael Dolis goes out there, throws 4 pitches, walks a guy in 4 pitches, gets pulled due to an injury. Is it an actual injury, or is that just a mercy pulling because he's been awful and we're saying, hey, we're going to say he's hurt to get him off the field? Or is he going to be on the 10-day IL, or are we going to see a Thomas Hatch recall? I don't know. But he's gone from the game. Trent Thornton goes an inning and a third. I think it was an inning and a third. No, I think it was 1 inning. I think it was an inning and a third. I think it was an inning and a third. Because he got out of that 7th inning. And then he allowed 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. No runs allowed for Trent Thornton. So I guess that's a positive. And then Patrick Murphy goes out there in the top half of the 9th inning and goes a clean inning. No hits, no walks, and gets a strikeout because he was pumping his fastball. So a great job for Patrick Murphy. I think we're going to see him a lot more. And you know what's crazy about this bullpen? Murphy has stuff, and you saw it today. He doesn't allow a run. Don't be surprised if that guy goes out there in a high leverage situation his next time out, because you got nobody else. Don't be surprised if he gets one of the calls in the latter half of games in the near future, just because of 1 scoreless inning in the 9th against the Yankees today. You need something. Now, the next game for the Toronto Blue Jays is tomorrow night. It's a 7:07 first pitch there at Salem Field in the finale of the 3-game set against the Yankees. T.J. Zeuch gets the ball for the Blue Jays against Michael King of the Yankees. T.J. Zeuch, if you guys don't know, I just had a chat with him on Monday on the Blue Jays Center Instagram page, and I actually asked him if he had heard any news about getting the call for Thursday's start, because the slot was open, he was lined up for the start, and he said no, because he hadn't heard as of yet. And here he is getting the start on Thursday, tomorrow night against the Yankees. So pretty exciting stuff. Good luck to TJ out there. Hopefully he has a good one. He's pitching against the Yankees a lot, I swear. So hopefully that sinker's moving down. Hopefully he has some good stuff there tomorrow. And just hopefully the Jays can win a ball game. Honestly, at this point, we're not playing well. Our pitching staff's been pretty good other than the bullpen. Our offense has kind of been inconsistent. And you're now 500 at 33-33. I understand the teams you're playing, the records are good, and yes, you're going to start playing the Baltimore Orioles and whatnot, but to be a great team in this league, you got to beat the good teams, and the Jays right now aren't. And they're 500, considering all the bullpen injuries they've had, and without Springer. You look at it from a broad perspective, yeah, it's not all that terrible. But the way they're losing these games lately, Game 1 against the Red Sox, the finale against the Red Sox, the last 2 games against the Yankees, these games hurt, because you could have won all 6 games against the Yankees and the Red Sox to this point. It's just, it's heartbreaking to watch these type of losses happen, knowing that you could have really strung some things together and push yourself near the Red Sox and push the Yankees way down, but instead it's the complete opposite. It's just really hard to watch, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and did not enjoy the ending to this ball game today, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays? And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch there at Salem Field. T.J. Zeuch on the mound for the Blue Jays. Michael King on the mound for the Yankees in the finale of the 3-game set. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.